Hello, everybody. The topic I'm going to speak about today is Megan's Law, and in particular, the International Megan's Law, which just went into effect earlier this year in 2017. Some background. The original Megan's Law was passed into law in 1994. It was a federal directive that mandated states to put into place a public notification system that listed the names, addresses, and photos, in many cases, of persons that have been convicted of sexual offenses. The most recent development is the passage of the International Megan's Law in 2016. That just came into implementation this year and has had significant effects for many expats and their families. The reason for this is that the federal Megan's Law mandated that notifications or announcements be put within the passports of people traveling who have been on the Megan's Law mandated sexual offender list. Now, what we've seen occur at a practical level in Thailand is that the Department of Homeland Security has issued notifications in the form of an official letter to the Department of Immigration notifying them that a certain person is on the sex offenders list of a particular state. Now, Thailand immigration has a policy of implementing a very broad law, which is that they have the duty to prevent entry to people that might upset or offend the public health, welfare, and morals of the nation of Thailand. Therefore, these people have been banned from Thailand. So in practicality, there's a number of people that have careers and have families in Thailand, children that effectively cannot re-enter the country as of 2017 because of the directive sent by the Department of Homeland Security. Now, what's been happening legally in the U.S. with this law is that there's been a number of challenges throughout various state systems and at the federal level. Most of the challenges go to the effect of the principle of ex post facto law. And ex post facto law, Latin, which means after the fact, is that a punishment is imposed that was engendered or came into play after a person has actually been convicted of the offense. So it's sort of like fair play. If you're going to arrest somebody, try them, and convict them, it's fair to impose the penalties existing at that time. But once they've served their crime, to come back and for the same conduct that they've already been punished, to punish them again would be in violation of the ex post facto law prohibition. That's part of the U.S. Constitution. And in fact, it's a principle in legal systems throughout the world. Most of these challenges have failed. Recently in Pennsylvania, the law has been successfully challenged in a very narrow circumstance. That's where the state agencies that are in charge of public notification have performed reassessment and recategorization of sexual offenders, normally to a higher grade, such as taking somebody who has been convicted of a fairly low-level sexual offender offense and upgrading his designation to sexual predator. So when the Thailand Immigration Department gets a notification from the Department of Homeland Security, they're not likely to split hairs. They don't understand, in general, the whole background of what's going on with the constitutional challenges in the U.S. They see, in effect, this person is a dangerous person and he's prohibited from entering Thailand. So for persons that are aggrieved by this particular problem, it is possible to petition the immigration for reconsideration. If the reconsideration is denied, you're able to appeal to the administrative court. However, the problem at its source really exists in the U.S., and the more hopeful prospect is appeals in the U.S. to turn over this effect of the 2017 International Megan law that has such detrimental effects for people who are being continually punished for crimes that happened years, decades ago. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you very much for listening.